Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think yesterday we were discussing about the Cope rearrangement reaction, and today also we are going to discuss the remaining part of that Cope rearrangement reaction, and also in addition to that oxy-Cope rearrangement reaction also we are going to discuss, because let us revise yesterday what we have discussed. The thermal isomerization of 1,5-diene by a 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement is known as Cope rearrangement. For example, equilibration of 3,4-dimethyl 1,5-hexadiene 2,6,6-octadiene. That is a example or the substrate we have taken, and it will be heated at around 300 degrees centigrade, and the resulting compound obtained will be 2,6-octadiene, where 3,3 sigmatropic, it is the kind of pericyclic reaction. The new sigma bond is formed between 3,3 position, and in a pericyclic reaction it is a concerted reaction. Pericyclic reaction are concerted reaction. Concerted reaction means breaking and making of bond taking place simultaneously. That kind of process is known as concerted process, where the movement of electron is taking place at the same time during the reaction, and the product are obtained. So that kind of the reaction are generally treated as Cope rearrangement reaction. Though high temperature is required, the reaction can be performed at room temperature with the help of some catalysts such as palladium dichloride. By using green catalyst means they are eco-friendly, high-yielding product, and catalyst generally this benzonitrile or a cyanobenzene we can call it as, along with palladium dichloride PCl twice, PD chemical formula PdCl2 C6H5CN. catalyst in solvent tetrahydrofuran, shortly known as THF tetrahydrofuran, at room temperature for 24 hours gives the diene. The reaction is highly stereoselective, giving 97% yield in the ratio 9 as stereoselective 97:3 when catalyst is used. And that reaction also we have discussed in our previous lecture, and at that time the mechanism we haven't discussed. So today we are going to discuss the mechanism of the Cope rearrangement reaction, and just now we have defined the Cope rearrangement reaction means the thermal isomerization of 1,5-diene by a 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement is known as Cope rearrangement. Cope rearrangement proceed via a chair-like transition state which is stable as compared to another possible boat like transition state by 5.7 kilocalorie per mole. If formation of transition state is not possible, then rearrangement may proceed via the boat like transition state. Let's see here how one can show the mechanism of Cope rearrangement reaction. Let us see here the example which I am considering over here. The double bond, one of the methyl group which is above the solid bonds are shown here, which indicate that bonds are above the plane. Now it can form, it proceed via transition state, and the transition state formed will be like this. The transition state is formed here, so we can make transition state like this, where the double bonds are going to form here, and that I have shown over here. Here would be the CS3 group, and here at axial position one of the methyl group. Both are coming on the same side, that is a particular stereochemistry is shown over here, and that transition state TS is called as a transition state, and that transition state collapses into the formation of the product, and the product obtained will be this one. This is a product which we got here, double bond here, one double bond here. So this is the mechanism clearly shown here. This here 1 2 3 1 2 3. It is a pericyclic reaction. It is going to form double bond here, and this double bond shifted from here to here, and this sigma bond form as a double bond over here. So cyclic moment of electron taking place, giving rise to the product which is this one. So that is known as that is the mechanism of Cope rearrangement reaction. Now let us see another reaction involving here, that is a oxy-Cope rearrangement, oxy-Cope rearrangement reaction. This one here, the thermal rearrangement of 1,5-hexadienes with hydroxyl substituent present on C3 position gives a convenient route for the synthesis of unsaturated aldehyde and ketones. Unsaturated aldehyde and ketones, such rearrangement are known as oxy-Cope rearrangement reaction. For example, let us see here one of the example which I am showing over here. So this is a 6-membered ring, here double bond, and here also has a double bond, but at this junction there is a hydroxyl group is present, and when this is heated at around 200 degrees centigrade, it gives rise to the intermediate, that is a transition state form here. This 1 2 3 1 2 3, it is a sigma-tropic 3 3 3 3 sigma-tropic rearrangement reaction that form as a double bond here. This double bond shifted here and this shifted over here. So if you see these structures, then you can find here is a hydroxyl group OH, then there is a double bond, and this form as a bond over here, and this double bond is shifted here to here, right? And now this is a enol type. This, if you observe this structure carefully, this part of this organic compound, that is a enol form, and as we know that enol form are less stable, it is trying to stabilize, and therefore it is converted into as a more stable compound like this, so that you will be getting here this kind of the compound C double bond O, then it is double bond here, and look at here double bond here. So this is a ketone. What kind of the ketonic compound it is? Unsaturated ketone. This is a unsaturated ketone. Unsaturated, and you might be knowing saturation and the unsaturation. Saturation, theoretically, if organic compound containing single bond, that kind of the organic compound are generally termed as a saturated, and if those organic compound containing double bond or multiple bond, that kind of the organic compound are generally termed as unsaturated compound. An unsaturated compound, by using as a chemical method, we can easily identify whether the given compound is a saturated or the unsaturated just by performing the test with the help of Br2 in presence of CCl or Bayer test with the action of potassium, alkaline potassium permanganate, produce the hydroxyl group. These are the two chemical method quickly gives you the information regarding the saturation and the unsaturation. So that is there. Now let us, it is a very high yielding product, near about 90% of yield was obtained for this unsaturated ketone. Now second one, second B reaction we are going to consider over here. Let's say when hydroxyl substituents are present at C3 and C4 position in 1,5-hexadiene oxycop rearrangement gives 1,6 dicarbonyl compounds. Let's see over here, suppose we have a compound like this. This is a compound which I have shown over here, hydroxyl group and double bonds were there. Then the keeping at 200 degrees centigrade, 3,3 sigma-tropic rearrangement reaction taking place. So here proceeding through transition state, again this double bond forming as a sigma bond over here. That sigma bond shifted from here to here. This sigma bond, old sigma bond, is a broken, forming as a double bond over here. It is a concerted reaction, gives rise to the transition state like this. Here the compound which we are getting over here, double bond OH, here also as a OH. Now it will be converted into, so you will be getting here, this is enol form. So this enol form, as we know that at an equilibrium it is unstable, it is trying to get a stability, so that enol form get converted into as a enol species means what? Look at here, this is a enol system, or this group is called as enol, and so resulting compound will be of 10 here. This one C double bond O, we can draw over here this compound, that is a compound obtained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. At 2 and 7 dicarbonyl compound we are getting. So I think the last reaction remaining that we are going to discuss over here, I think that is a reaction number, I think, let me clean the board first. That is a reaction number 10. I think last one is a 10. MC-Lafferty rearrangement. MC-Lafferty. MC-Lafferty rearrangement reaction. First of all, let's see what do you mean by the MC-Lafferty rearrangement reaction. What kind of the substrate is involved in MC-Lafferty rearrangement reaction? What are the noteworthy point or noticeable point we can keep in mind as far as the MC-Lafferty rearrangement reactions are concerned? So this MC-Lafferty rearrangement is a intramolecular reaction. Firstly, let us see intramolecular cyclic fragmentation of carbonyl compounds. Remember this word, each and every word is very important involved here. So you should remember that word. Intramolecular cyclic fragmentation of carbonyl compounds in mass spectroscopy. Remember mass spectroscopy, it is one of the spectroscopy from where we are getting the information regarding as a structure of the organic compound, because once you know the structure you can easily predict its physical as well as chemical property of that particular organic compound. And therefore mass spectroscopy is used to elucidate or to determine the structure of the organic compound. Intramolecular cyclic fragmentation of carbonyl compounds in mass spectroscopy, where the molecular ion can assume the appropriate six-membered cyclic transition state, is known as MC-Lafferty rearrangement. The MC-Lafferty rearrangement is a characteristic fragmentation of a molecular ion of a carbonyl or an alkene compound containing at least one gamma hydrogen atom. For example, suppose we have an example R, this is a carbonyl group. Then let's see here, this is alpha, beta and the gamma hydrogen atom. Here is a hydrogen atom, its possible, then and then we will be getting here the formation of the product will be this one R C double bond O as well as along with this double bond. Carbonyl as well as olefinic compound are obtained, and that reaction is known as MC-Lafferty rearrangement reaction. The MC-Lafferty rearrangement is a characteristic fragmentation of a molecular ion of a carbonyl or an alkene compound containing at least one gamma hydrogen atom. The mechanism, the carbonyl compounds containing a gamma, the carbonyl compound containing a gamma hydrogen is bombarded with high energy electron to give a radical cation and an alkene. The molecular ion initially formed rearranges itself by assuming the appropriate six-membered cyclic transition state. Hydrogen present on gamma carbon with respect to oxygen migrate simultaneously with beta cleavages. So let's see here 5-methyl-2-hexanone, that is the example of 5-methyl. Here C double bond O, 5-methyl ketone. Here alpha, beta, gamma, one more methyl group here, CH3, still one hydrogen atom is there, and therefore it can undergo this 5-methyl-2-hexanone, 5-methyl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 5-methyl, 5-methyl-2-hexanone, that is the IUPAC name of this compound. When it is bombarded with electron, it gives rise to the intermediate formed here will be this one, then C double bond O, positive charge cations, then here hydrogen atom, another methyl group here, and this is a hydrogen atom get abstracted like this, and this can form over here, that is a cation radical, and that gives rise to the product here, or just you can show over here, this goes here, then this double bond shifted here, this forming as a bond, and the resulting compound obtained will be not this one. Let's see, this will see properly, this forming as over here, then this can form as a double bond, one radical over there, we will be getting here Me, C double bond OH, positive charge over there, one radical, as well as the olefin is obtained over here, CS3 and CS3. These molecular ion get detected in the radical cation, and this is the alkene. This is the mechanism of MC-Lafferty rearrangement reaction. I think with this we have completed the whole this chapter number 3, that is the rearrangement reaction. So what would be the probable question may appear in the exam? What are rearrangement reaction? Give types of rearrangement reaction, or which intermediate are formed during the various rearrangement reaction. What is the product in Beckmann rearrangement reaction? Such and many type of the reactions are, but now you are facing as a COVID-19 pandemic, so there probably the multiple choice question may appear there. So the question like choose the correct options from the following, or choose the alternative from the following. In Beckmann rearrangement reaction, the group with respect to the oxygen hydroxyl group migrates cis, trans, geminal, vicinal, what kind of. If you know the perfect answer, you can easily, as we know that trans is the correct answer for this. So likewise you can solve those problem. I think in our next lecture we will discuss the remaining last chapter, that is elimination reaction. In upcoming lecture we will discuss that one. Till today, let us stop today here. Thank you. Have a nice day.